we're live and we're in the kitchen on one part, looking at the lobster. How beautiful it is. We're going to sneak up on OAT. We're going to sneak up on it. We're going to be coming in. Here she is. How are we here to discuss what we're doing? Why do we do this?
So we cook to nourish our bodies. We understand and come to a point that inside of where you buy food, where you see food prepared, there's extra stuff that you don't know. So we also want to cater to our sweet tooths, right? And we want to enjoy the sweetness of life. So we have that lobster cooking, as you saw over there, that we have our spices. And now I'm making a carrot coconut flour bites. They're ketogenic. If you have a few or one or two of them, you don't want to eat all of them in one sitting, but that's why these desserts are so rich. In this, we have our dry ingredients. We have the coconut flour, the baking soda, the cinnamon, other spices. We have in here the wet ingredients, egg replacement mixture, sweetener, vanilla extract, and then we added a little bit of this plant-based whipping cream. That's really nice. And then here we have the carrot mixture, fresh carrots from the garden, as well as ginger that adds like a gingerbread to it. It gives a nice taste, a nice spice of ho'oponopono flavor. I'm just going to add this to the wet ingredients. And then we make sure all of this is coated in the wet ingredients. These are our two bases. When you're making baking, cookies, loaves, different things, you usually separate the wet ingredients, dry ingredients, and then you combine them together little by little. The ingredients are in the description and inside of that other video too. There's different ingredients, and of course for the proportions that you're doing, you can always mix and match proportions. That's why we don't say how much you need, because it's really, you're the creator of this. So we have our dry ingredients now. We're just gonna lightly stir it, fold it in, baking this all by hand. And the plan is to roll them into balls and put them on our baking sheet. And then we have nice little carrot bites with a little bit of sweetener.
That's why it's all done by hand with love. And you're going to understand that when you learn to make this right here can feed a lot of people.
There's many servings inside of it.
Conscious people, though, very secure in their emotions or different things. And if you're battling any sort of emotion, you're going to want to learn on how to make this at home. Maybe you're going to want to book a session. Maybe you're going to want to book a certain type of video, the direct ingredients for you.
Or you're battling any type of dis-ease. Continue with your doctor as you read in our disclaimers, but you have the control inside of your body to get awareness on what's going on and get your nutrients from other sources such as vegetables, high water that is cleared from any type of pathogens, and then you can mix and match on what you want. It's very often that in the day and age we rely on other people to cook our food for us, going to restaurants, going to fast food. That is how our economy works, but you have to also understand that inside of life you really need to take more care and have more awareness on how your body is being nourished. And what we see too is a lot of people go around dehydrated. So making sure you get enough water with your meals, you're drinking water with your meals, period, so that you can have type of digestion power inside of you. And then instead of sugary desserts with a lot of different additives, you create desserts that not only serve for that sweet saving, that flavor that you need, but you have nutrients from it, fiber, denseness, awesome things that you can create yourself that people just, they don't know that. Or maybe they don't try. We like to share a lot of videos from all people all around the world that share amazing ingredients. They share really good plant-based and just protein-based, all these different things that the body needs. And we're making a collection of this. So now when all this is clear, this is nice and doughy. It's not too wet because we want it to be able to roll it into a ball, and then we'll have a nice carrot bite. And we have our pan here that's lined with coconut flour here. And I'm just going to start rolling these into balls, and we'll make them. And they, from the wet ingredients, they do go together very nice with the coconut flour if you squeeze them so they're a little dense. And we have a little vegan cream cheese, plant-based cream that we'll use as a topping. But I also found with these that they're not too sweet where it's overpowering. You can also make a butter that's really nice, plant-based as well. And you have one of these with a little butter, and maybe you heat it up or you have it cold. It's all still very delicious either way. So I'm just going to pat these together. Special thanks to Surya for watching our videos and trying our recipes and experiencing it in herself. It expands your consciousness to experience your life a little different and create these recipes. We're on Yaakov Healing Art channel where you can find a bunch of different things. Also, we're on suryasolsun channel, and there's a bunch of meditation videos and things just to watch so you can get inspired to change your life. We cook our meals every single day. We know what's going inside of our food. And we also take pleasure in eating as well as taking pleasure in cooking. It's very important that you take that time. And if you say you can't take that time, or you don't have time, or you're always on the go, that's all right. The time you're taking to have your meal is a sacred time that you should be experiencing in a peace, in a silence, in good company. So those are staying pretty spherical to a sense. And then I'm just going to put it into, we have an air frying oven that does a variety of tasks for the cooking, so we'll put it in there.
And later on, we'll join you to see the finished product as we cook and take care of some people and do our thing. You got to understand that everything in your house should always be pretty clean. It's like a stage. You always want someone around you, but you always want to be able to understand the essence of what are you doing and why is it worth it, whether you're with family, a member, or someone. We can't wait for you to see the end of this.
These are going to get a little bit more toasty. I smell the cinnamon already just making them, but when they start to cook, the cinnamon will come out, and I'll probably top them a little bit with cinnamon. Let me wash my hands first. It's very important to stay clean so you're not contaminating anything from external sources. Just a dust of cinnamon on each of these. Then when it starts to heat up and cook, we'll really feel and smell the cinnamon. I'm going to use the rest of this. We don't have that much left, but I have sweet potato brownies. Also very healthy for someone if they have a chocolate craving or they want some of that cocoa with cocoa powder. And we'll see you for what these look like finished, and one or two when you need them. They satisfy any type of craving, and they just taste and smell delicious. These are coconut flour carrot bites with cinnamon. It actually kind of smells like you're bringing in the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So for anyone that wants to enjoy it more, we thank you so much, and we'll see what it's like on the end.
And now, just for one thing, for you to realize, if you're diabetic, this you can have one of. This is something you can treat. And eventually you can maybe have 2 or 3. And maybe you might have this for your breakfast. And maybe you might start to realize that eating is a ritual of being wealthy.
And eating is definitely for you to live your life in a good way. Take care. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.